Okay, very good. All right, now we're back on. So thank you for being here. Sorry, last week I had a course and I don't have a lot of, we need more light, ¿verdad? Moreno. Anyways, so Perlita, thank you for being here. Jessica, you're here to listen, but I mean you can participate as much as you can. And well, let's start. I send you a file in the morning about grammar. I don't know if you had the chance to check it. Well, yeah, not Jessica because you were in the chat, but I'll say it in a moment. And it's about, let me good. Very good. Can anyone see my screen? Not if you see it? Yes, cool. All right. Yes. So this is about grammar. And this is very important because it's one of the easiest, if we think about it, for English teachers, but it's also one of the hardest to teach because we may know grammar, we may know how to, speak. Ya sabes, ¿no? Que lleva S en plural, que las pasado, blah, blah, blah. But this is not about knowing grammar. This is about how to teach grammar. Okay? All right. So, first of all, what is grammar? What comes to your mind when I say grammar, Perlita?
I think grammar is a structure or a system of a language that include rules about the words, songs, etc.
Very good. So it's a system. It's a very good definition, no? It's something that it modifies the language. Okay, let's check this definition. Can you read it, Perlita?
The grammar of a language is the description of the ways in which words can change their forms and can be combined into sentences in that language.
Very good. So, check the, a ver, Chelsea. Check the definition. The words can change forms. And then when it's combined, we form sentences. Can you read this also? I don't know if you hear kids left.
Yes, I'm here. Grammar is sometimes defined as the way words are put together to make correct sentences. It's a good starting point and an easy way to explain mistakes. This I am a teacher is grammatical, but I a teacher and I are a teacher aren't. We can also apply the term grammatical to smaller units, for instance, when to good.
Very good. See, so I am a teacher is correct. It's grammatically correct. So it's grammatical. And the other forms aren't. Now, funny to say, I have heard Americans saying things like that. Okay, so because they don't know. Or it happens the same in Spanish, right? A person that, I'm not criticizing any human being, but if a person doesn't go to school or doesn't study, he might speak Spanish, but in a very bad way, right? Same thing happens with Americans or native speakers. If he might or she might speak English, but not very grammatical English, right? Okay. What could happen if we didn't have a good grammatical language? What would happen if we didn't have grammar? What do you think, Annie? Bueno, Gaby y Lengani.
Thanks, teacher. They don't have the correct form to express their ideas. They need, for example, thanks.
Very good. Excellent. They wouldn't be able to express ideas, no? Correctly. So in this course, grammatical structure, we're going to name it for a specific instance of grammar. For example, past tense, noun plurals, future, etc. Do we have any grammar in English that we don't have in Spanish? This is just a fun fact. No? How about the order of adjectives? I don't know if you knew this. For example, in English, we have the adjective before the noun, no? So the hot dog, no? Or the White House. We don't have that in Spanish. And also in English, nobody knows this, nobody uses it, but actually there is an order. When we have more than 2 adjectives for one noun, the big, stupid turtle, or the huge, the huge American Statue of Liberty, no? We have the several adjectives. There is an order. First, there must be size, condition, but we don't have that in Spanish. And I don't think not very many native speakers know that. But yes, there is an order of it. Okay, so bottom line, grammar is important in classes. Yes or no? Yes, simple as that. A little bit of British humor. Can you read it? Kiss Deaf, the comic.
So who are you spending your birthday with? Don't end a sentence with a preposition. So who are you spending your birthday with? Miss Grammar correcting snot-nosed witch.
A little bit of British humor, no? But it is the reality of what happens in real. See, the first comic says, who are you spending your birthday with? Was it incorrect, the sentence? Can you check it out? What do you think, was it correct or incorrect? Perrita?
Grammatical, yes, but native speakers use this.
Yes, we call it colloquial, or from the streets, or informal, right? But yes, it's very unacceptable. There's a rule that it says that you can't finish a sentence with a preposition, no? So how, just for the fun, just for the fun of it, how would be the correct grammar in this sentence, in this question? ¿Verdad? Nos puse a parir chayotes. ¿Nadie? ¿No se anima nadie? Ay, por Dios, English teachers. No? Okay. With whom are you spending your birthday? And we using not who, whom, with them. With whom are you spending your birthday? Abusados, because you need to know this. Nobody talks like that. It's a very high formal, way of speaking. But that's the correct way, Okay. So why is grammar important in class? What would it be Without grammar rules, how would our classes be? Not just in the language, how would our classes be? If you're the teacher and you don't have grammar, or you're not teaching grammar, how would your classes be? Chaos, maybe? Anarchy? It would be very bad, right? No rules, no policies, etc. Now, there are two main approaches when presenting grammar. Let's talk about each one of those. Annie, you here or you can participate?
Yes, I can read.
Number one.
Yes, dividing the whole English language into manageable bite-sized cookies, and then introduce them to students one cookie at a time so that they gradually and systematically accumulate and complete a picture of the language.
Very good. So little by little cookie size classes, no? And then number two, Perlita?
Create an environment where a lot of language, known and unknown, is met, mainly when done speaking and listening text, and where the students are helped with new language only when they already have some awareness of it and have curiosity or questions about it.
Very good. So the two approaches. Number one is little by little. You teach them little by little small parts of the grammar tense. For example, if it's present continuous, everybody knows present continuous. I am eating, you're eating, she's eating, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But present continuous has small parts. For example, present continuous affirmative, present continuous negative, present continuous questions, and so forth. In the second option, you don't tell them, first of all, you don't tell them what kind of grammar you're teaching. You just give them an induction. It's called the inductive method. You give them the induction, and then the students have to discover the grammar. This method is okay. It's actually one of the best. Harmohol used to do it when it was a very important school. No, nada. Yeah. But it's one of the most difficult because it requires lots and lots of preparation, lots of visual aids. Example, if you're teaching present continuous, the same thing. You have your classroom prepared with a picture of a big ocean, people doing stuff, and then okay, so Perlita, this is Hugo. Hugo likes or Hugo reads a book. Yes or no? Yes, teacher. Now he is in this moment reading. But you don't tell them. It's an inductive method. It's okay, but we're not focused on that because it's one of the most difficult. The best is the number one, which is little by little, teaching them the grammar. Yes, Perlita?
Yeah, I think the other system need more time to learn the grammar.
Exactly. It's slower. It takes more time to learn. It takes more preparation for you. You know, so it's okay, but it's not really for this. It's similar to the, I don't know if you're familiar with the Montessori system. If you can Google it, Montessori system is very similar. It's okay, but it's not for everybody. Okay, so let's focus on number one. Yes, thank you. So Do we teach grammar or no? Well, yes, but it depends on, number one, Carlita?
The institution. Some institutions promote the intuitive approach. Some other promote the teaching of grammatical structures.
Very good. Like, for example, a school like Kipling, very good school, but they have Fridays grammar, Tuesday reading, Wednesdays listening. And so they focus only in one part. They don't focus on all the system, like Perlita said in the beginning. Number two, the group. The group influences. Kislev, you're still a student, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how you feel? What time is your first class? What
I'll
time is
take
your
it
first
on
class?
Mondays,
But what time?
just like 6.
6 in the morning?
No, afternoon.
No.
I'm a
But are you
student.
still a student in prepa or universidad or something like that?
No anymore.
Oh, you're not a student. Okay. You remember when you were a student?
Yeah.
Okay, so your first class, let's say at 7 in the morning.
Mm.
Did you feel the same at the first class than the last class?
No.
No. You're in the normally a student is sleepy, or there's some other students that are more active in the morning, and then by the last hour, like, oh my God. So yes, your group teachers, your group influences in the way you teach. Or if you remember, if you have, I don't know if you have, you're not really experienced teachers, but I've had classes right after recess. Those are the worst. They all popped up in sugar, they are hyper, they are smelly, they don't even pay attention to you. So when they say, ay, te damos, Gerson, a clase de inglés después del receso, yo, posición fetal. So yes, influences the way of teaching the group, no? And then finally, the program that you're teaching English, you're teaching TOEFL, for example. If you're teaching TOEFL, it's only grammar. If you're teaching translation, is grammar. So all that also influences the way you teach. Okay. So regardless of everything, you need to know how to present grammar, and then you will adapt to your local circumstances. Another humor, British humor, you rock, you rule. Okay, that's stupid, but you know, that is British. Así ellos son su humor. Okay, so yes, Perlita, this is going to be you, I promise. At one point of your life, this is your picture. So, can you read this the first point, Perlita?
Yes. In order to present grammar, we need to understand it first ourselves and then prepare any presentation.
Do you agree with this?
Yes.
It is important. And you might be the super teacher, o sea, de a ver qué es left, que puedes dar present simple, y qué es left, like, yo me almuerzo present simple. You know, so that wouldn't be correct. I mean, one thing is to be confident, no? That's okay. It makes you feel secure. But the worst thing to do is to be overconfident. Overconfident or too much, you know, too confident is bad, because that means that number one, you don't care. And secondly, you will make mistakes. You know? So whenever you're going to present grammar, you need to understand them first. That's a must. Okay, all right. Then the way to understand a grammar is by analyzing it. That's why the name of our course, grammar analysis. Tips. Jessica, can you read number 1 tip?
Yeah. Never present a grammar structure without analyzing first. Avoid being too confident.
Yes, avoid being too confident. You can't do that. Confident is good. Too confident is very bad. Number 2, Gabby. I don't know if you're here. Probably not.
Yes, I'm here, teacher.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2.
Save your analysis. Number 2 tip.
The way to understand a grammar structure is by analyzing it. That's the term, grammar analysis.
Ya leímos eso, digo, si estuvieras prestando atención, en lugar de estar jugando.
Excuse me, save your analysis for future classes.
Thank you very much. That's okay. Number 3 tip. Annie, you here? No, she's not here. Perlita, number 3.
Always enhance and update your analysis.
Very good. Always enhance. Enhance means enrich. Make it better. Always make it better, okay? So what is an analysis? Let me show you this. So these are the elements of the analysis, okay? Number 1, name. Can you read it, Jessica? Number 1?
Yeah. Number 1, name. How is the grammar structure called? Be careful on researching all names.
Very good. Very important. I don't know if I told you my experience one time. I was applying for a job in a university to teach, and then me dijeron, mañana venga a presentar una clase muestra. Yo, claro, por supuesto. Present progressive. Yo, me almuerzo present progressive. ¿Estoy seguro? Sí, claro, no hay ningún problema. So I walk out of the classroom or the school y que casi me pongo a llorar. What is present progressive? Fun fact, back in my days, no había Google, no había nada de eso. So if you have to prepare, you have to go to the library, or I mean, the internet wasn't very, very available in those days. You know what present progressive is? What is the other name for present progressive? No? Present continuous. Ya cuando llegué a la librería y todo, dije, ay, no manches. Okay. See? So you need to, different books, different names. So you need to research all the names or possible names of the grammar that you're going to teach, okay? So far so good? I'm going too fast, or it's okay? It's okay, number 2. Number 2 is Jessica.
Number 2, concept, language content. It's the most important part of the analysis. Assign a concept or language content to the structure. When are my students using the grammar structure? What are the situations in which my students produce the grammar structure?
Very good. Pause there. So the concept is the most important part of the analysis. See, you need to assign a content or a concept. What does it mean? You need to answer 2 questions. When are my students using this grammar structure? And in what situations are they going to use it? I give you an example. How much, how many? You know, you're familiar with that, no? Countable and not countable. How much sugar, and how many I don't know, oranges. Okay, are you familiar with that? How much, how many? Okay, It's very different to walk into the classroom, ya sabes, como el Kool-Aid teacher that walks into the classroom, escribe en el pizarrón, how much, how many, una lista interminable de sustantivos plurales y unos singulares y, okay, this is the grammar. Don't do that. That's bad. You need to give them a concept. It's very different that if you walk into the classroom and then your teacher says, guys, today we're going to the supermarket and we are going to buy our groceries. A nuestras groserías, our groceries, our product to eat. And then just have sugar. Do we say sugar or sugars? No, teacher. Okay, so this is no plural, no countable. How much? Orange, 1, 2 oranges. Okay, so plural, how many? Tan, tan. You see the difference? You assign a concept, pardon. You assign a concept to the class. That's very, very important. Remember the two situations. When are they going to use the grammar? And in what situations they're going to use the grammar? When you answer those questions, you have the concept. Okay? There is an example there, simple present. I eat in the morning. I take a shower in the morning. I watch a movie every Saturday, blah, blah, blah. That's your grammar. In what situations your students will use it? Think about it. Annie?
Routinary activities.
Very good. Personal activities. Or activities in the weekend. Routines. The schedule. My schedule in the school. Every morning I punch in. Every recess I eat hotcakes. I don't know. Very good, Annie. You assign a concept. All right. Don't worry too much about that because normally the program is based on a student book, right? And the student book has the topic already. But if it didn't, make sure to have a concept for the grammar structure, okay? Number 3, the grammar structure, the formula. Ya sabes, el monito, el más, el blah, blah, blah. Then the rules, spelling rules, pronunciation rules. Number 5, the exceptions. Voila. The exceptions. Do we have exceptions in English? We have lots of exceptions in English. Let me tell you why. English comes from 5 different languages or dialects. A very, very old German. Dialect, a very old Viking. It's not called Viking, it's called Norman, a very old Norman dialect, and 3 very old, 1 Latin, 17% is Latin, and 2 Romantic languages. So, unlike Spanish, English has very, very lots of exceptions. We're going to see some of them, but it's very important that you research them. Porque no va a faltar el sabelotodo. Maestro, Miss, así no dice porque mira, aquí dice que se pronuncia así, o se dice así, o se escribe así. And guess what? They're right. Miss, ¿y por qué así? Nunca vayan a contestar, pues porque así es el inglés. Never say that. There's always an explanation. The easy explanation is, it's an exception. Cállate. shut up, stupid. It's an exception. Okay? But you need to know it first. That's the point. Okay? Number 6, Perlita.
Possible activities relate to concept.
Very good. Number 7, Jessica.
7. Possible problems when preserving grammar. Is it adapted to local students? Is it relevant to my students?
Very important. You may have a very cool topic, but then your students are not familiar with it or they don't like it. You may have a problem. I give an example. Many years ago, I had to teach can and can't. Okay, I can do this, I can't do that, and it was based on sports. All right, I can play football, I can't play soccer. Okay, so then the practice activity was based on cricket. Exactly, that's the same face, Perlita. Mis estudiantes así como que, You know what cricket is? It's a sport. Very popular in la India. It's a British sport. They use horses, tienen un stick como martillo y le van pegando la bola. That's cricket. Nobody uses that. Nobody knew that. So guess what? My class was ruined because my students were bored. So what I did next group, I changed. It was the same class. I changed the activity from cricket to soccer. Y me aventé uno así de Chivas América. And guess what? My class was a success. Okay, so you need to check. Once you have the concept and the topic, is it relevant to your students? Is it interesting to your students? That's very important. Number 8, Annie.
Yes, possible question for our students. Why teacher? Because that's the way it is not, don't say that.
Yes, ¿por qué teacher? Pues porque así es. Don't say that. Give an explanation. Even if the explanation is because it's an exception to the language, which is actually a valid explanation, but the important is that you have to know first. That's important, okay? And finally, a joker. Many groups, or different groups, different personalities, different way of developing the class. So you might have planned your class for 1 hour, and then you move to another group, and they finish first, and yet finish at 45 minutes. If you have those 15 minutes free class, ¿qué pasa? No? There will be anarchy, chaos, and your class will be ruined. So you will have a joker or an extra activity in case you run out of time, or you have too much time. You will have, no say, a hangman or a tic-tac-toe game or fruit cocktail, any game or any presentation, anything that you can do just to cover your class. So it's something like this. This is actually mine. It's perfectible and it's modifiable. That's the word. So this is, remember the experience I told you about my show class, the present progressive? Este es en mi análisis. And the name, excuse me, present continuous, affirmative, and present form, present progressive. Concept, actions in progress and actions in process. In the work, in the school, or at home. And it's very important that you teach actions in progress and actions in process. For example, do you like to read books, Annie?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Do you like to read books?
Yes.
Okay. Are you reading anyone in particular now?
Well, not actually. I don't
No?
have enough time.
You have enough time, okay. So let's say that you're reading the Psicoanalista, which is one of the most popular now. Okay. So Annie, are you reading right now the Psicoanalista?
No.
Okay. What if you were reading it? Are you reading it right now? No. Are you in the process of reading it?
Yes.
Okay. So see the difference? You need to teach that. I like to read, and I am reading this month the Psicoanalista. I'm not reading right now, but I'm in the process. Okay, good. The structure, I am playing soccer right now. Excuse me, she's sitting at her parents. The subject, o sea, el monito, the be, the present, present participle or gerund, and the complement. The rules: add ing to the verb. Verb that finishes an E, delete E. CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant, double the last C, example, jog, jogging, run, running, and so forth. The exceptions, I found one exception, dying. You know this verb? According to the rule, it says that when the verb finishes in E, you delete the E. But this is an exception, not in this one. You know the verb to die, but with Y and E, is to paint your hair. You don't paint your hair, you dye your hair. Pero como se parece mucho al de morir, it's an exception. You need to have Y and E and keep the E and ing. All right. Possible activities, family vacations, what are they doing? Tenía un póster, lo perdí, pero a big poster, a seashore, bunch of people doing stuff, activities, and the people had names, Hugo, Pedro, Luisa, Margaret, blah, blah, blah. So you will use that, no? Margaret is drinking, Pablo is dancing, I don't know, Carla is swimming, and so forth. Possible problems. Number one, lack of vocabulary, parentheses, teachers. This is always going to be number one possible problem for your students. Students don't have lots of vocabulary. Why? Because they're students, teachers. They're not English teachers. They're always going to be, Miss, ¿cómo se dice? So there's going to be your problem. So if you have that in mind, you will prepare your class and you will cover as many as possible questions or possible problems with your students. Si estás hablando de family vacations and the beach, you will have a list of verbs on the beach. Swim, drink, dance, sightseeing, visit, blah, blah, blah. Number two possible problem, maybe not relevant for your students, not interesting to your students. Possible questions, why should I? In the poster, el título era a sunny day under a shiny sun. Y no faltó el profe. ¿Qué no es de sun is shining? So you need to have an answer for that. And my joker was mimic the action. Okay? All right. Now, so far so good? So we are going to have an activity. What time is it? It's 11. Okay. Let's take a break and then we come back Let's take Tamas 10 minutes. And then we go back to do the Annie, how much time you going to be here?
My check is at 12 o'clock.
Ok. Entonces todavía hay tiempo. Entonces, Annie, you work with Perlita and Jessica. Las tres. Y Gaby en Kesdev. Van a hacer un grammar análisis conditionals. Perlita and Annie first conditional. Gaby and Jessica. Gaby en Kesdev second conditional. Van a hacer el mismo chart. Ahorita les mando por WhatsApp el chart para que lo tengan. Y de ahí se basen. Normally o antes dejaba esto de tarea. Porque no había internet, no había Google. Ahorita te pones en Google. First conditional details, blah. Or first conditional grammar, blah. Ya te pone todas las páginas. No teníamos eso nosotros. We need to go to the library. Or buy books. Que yo era pobre, así que no tenía dinero. Así que era ir al library. Okay? All right. So it's 11 o'clock. Yes. So I'll meet you here at 11:10. And I'll make the rooms and you work together. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Hey guys, sorry. You here? Good. Okay. So it's Annie, Annie, Jessica, and Perlita. Y acá es Gaby and Kieslav. Let me show you. Let me send you, I know, yes. Ready? Before leaving, because I know Annie has to go, let's take the selfie, the classic selfie for today. Turn the cameras on, Kesdev, Gaby. Digo, si no se han bañado, no los vamos a oler, no pasa nada.
I'm not nice this morning. Excuse me.
You are nice every day. Okay, so the 3, the 1, and the 2. Very good. All right, I'll say in a moment. Déjala prendida, Kesdev. Cheese. Oh my Lord. Okay, all right, so let's see. Annie, Perla, and Jessica, you still have time to well, present, and then you have to go.
Perlita, can you present it, please?
All righty, who's start?
Okay, I can present. Our topic is first conditional. On first conditional, we have present simple and future simple. In affirmative, we're going to say in affirmative. And the concept is the consequence in the future. The structure is if plus main clause. And the main clause is in simple present. And here we have the structure, subject plus verb in present and plus the complement. Plus the result. And the result would be in future simple. The structure is subject plus will plus verb in simple present plus the complement. And the rules are that after the first conditionals and the main clause, we add a comma to write the other sentence. And other rule is that in simple present, we add s, es, or ies to the verb in third person. And possible activities could be good actions. We talk about the students think in that they're doing right now and the consequence of that actions. Possible problems. Maybe the students. Well, I don't know what could be the possible problems, but one possible questions without that the students maybe ask if they can write first the consequence and then the action. That could be a question. And the joker, we have the activity of they think in 3 actions they're doing and the consequence, and they share that with their partner. This is an activity in pairs.
Good. Possible problems, remember that number 1, and I dare to say that all the time, is going to be lack of vocabulary. So this is a reminder for you, reminder. This is a reminder for you that all the time have lack of vocabulary. Always keep in mind. Otherwise, it's going to be the clásico. Miss, aquí cómo era? Miss, aquí qué pongo? Miss, ¿cómo se dice? So try to avoid as much as you can. And only with that you have, if you keep in mind that students don't have enough vocabulary. Okay, good. Other than that, I like it. I have observations, but I'll give you a moment. You have any other observations, teachers? Teachers attack? No? Maybe because of time, but you needed to do a little bit more of research because you can have will, can, and should. You just need to explain when to use will, when to use can, when to use should, okay? And the exceptions, you may use, and the exceptions is considered an exception because sometimes the sentence could be around, like first the consequence and then the action. If I drink too much, I will crash my car. Or I will crash my car if I drink too much. All right. Pretty good, pretty good. All righty, now Keslev and Gabi, off you go.
Kislev, if you want, I can explain it. Do you agree?
Yeah, agree.
Or what do you want to explain? What concept do you want to explain?
We can divide it in two, and you can explain name to rules, and then I do the rest.
Okay. Do you explain name, concept, and structure? Rules? And I explain the exceptions, possible activities, problem, question, and joker?
Okay.
That's right. You're the first.
Okay, well, the name is second conditional. Concept, well, we use this for hypothetical or unlikely situations, whether in present or future. About a structure, well, we have two. Number one, if plus subject plus past simple plus comma plus subject plus would plus infinitive verb, or subject plus would plus infinitive plus if plus subject plus past simple. And we have some examples. If I won $1 million, I would buy a new car. Or I would buy a new car if I won $1 million. And about rules, well, we have to take in consideration this grammar. And I think that's it. Well, in exceptions, we use in the past form, we use always when we're using the verb to be instead of I, she, and it with was. It's always were.
Okay. Possible activities. Describe if you are a famous person. What do you do? Possible problems, vocabulary, and how to use could and might, because
We can hear you,
excuse me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Possible questions. What's the difference about to use would, could, and might? Joker, work in pairs, and discuss in an unreal situation, because we need to use this in second conditional. That's
Good.
all.
Kislev, can you repeat again the concept, please?
Yes. Well, we use second conditional to talk about things that are unlikely to happen, whether in present or future.
Okay, but that's a description, Kislev. That's not the concept. Like, for example, the other team had first conditional and they said consequences in the future. So I would say, for example, fortune teller. Or what if you won the lottery? What if you have $1 million? So find some topic to talk about. You see what I mean, Kislev?
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I forgot about that, but yeah.
Other than that, I love it. Very good. The part on and deceptions, that's very good. You use were for all the monitos. I were, she were, he were, etc. And not very many people do that. Actually, in songs and colloquial English, they never use it. But it's actually, that's the correct form. Alrighty, the possible problems, repeat again, Gabi.
Possible problems, vocabulary, and how to use could and might, and the verb to be.
Very good. That's very important in conditionals, especially in second conditional, would, could, and might. You need to define that when you're teaching, because the three of them have different meaning or different context. So you need to teach them when to use one and when to use the other one. Okay, good, very good. Excellent, very good. Now save that because we're going to use it in the second part of the class, okay? Let me share my, yes. Well, we did this. So now, after we have analyzed it, the grammar, in this case, first and second conditional, now we follow 4 steps. Yes, 4 steps in the 4 steps to present the grammar. Now, remember lesson planning class, we said it's 60-minute class, and then we have the stages in the lesson plan. And one of the stages is main presentation. Remember that? Okay, the main presentation is about 20 minutes, 25 tops. Well, in that moment is when you actually present the grammar, not before, no after. Avoid the Kool-Aid teacher that walks into the classroom, write present continuous. Do you know what present continuous is? No warm-up, no vocabulary. Don't do that. You need to do a warm-up, a vocabulary, and then in the main presentations, we're going to do this, okay? All right. Inside the main presentation, we need to also prepare our students for it. We're going to have a warm-up, okay? For example, if your point is present perfect, you may use habits and hobbies, or if it's first conditional, you decided consequences in the future. If it's second conditional, I don't know, what if you have $10 million? No? So any topic that you may have, because those are the situations where you're going to use it, or your student's going to use it. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. And usually it's eliciting. Okay, Jessica, if you have $1 million, what would you do? What activities can you do? Jessica, no, pues me compraría todas las Barbies del mundo, ¿no? What would you do, Jessica? What can you do?
I would travel around the world.
Ándale. Híjole, okay, very good. No, yo no. Bueno, sí. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? For example, if it's present continuous, you do the warm-up, maybe eliciting favorite places for vacation. If it's consequences, a ver, Perlita, if you drink tonight too much, what can happen? Pues I will crash, mi mamá me va a desgreñar, etcétera, etcétera, ¿no? So it's a warm-up. Then the vocabulary, you need to have a specific vocabulary for the concept or the language that you're presenting. Okay, no new words, just a specific vocabulary for the topic that you're talking about. If it's first conditional, real consequences, or millionaire lifestyle, no? In the case of the second conditional. For example, if it's present continuous, I would do vocabulary, recycling verbs like jump, swim, eat, dance, job. If it's real consequences, crash, get married, drink a lot. Or if it's the millionaire lifestyle, I would do traveling, I would do jewelry, sightseeing, booking, etc., etc., etc. Remember, a specific vocabulary for the topic. Okay. And then the main presentation. In this case, in this part is where you actually present the structure. Check these questions. Are there enough examples? Sometimes we assume the students understood, and we have 1 or 2 examples. But sometimes, or most of the times, it's not enough. Okay, what kind of drills should I use? Then you do the sentence, the structure, the monito, the if, pero al revés, if, monito, would, el will, el should, etc., etc. And then you would do it with 3. This is very important. You would do it with 3 drills. Paréntesis, por lo que está preguntando, ¿qué es una drill? Un drill es a task, an activity. Es una actividad nada más. So there are 3 types of drills. We have mechanical drills, we have semi-mechanical drills, and we have critical thinking. Oh, when you do something new, it's always the 3 in that order. Yes, Annie.
Teacher, can you explain me what's the difference between the
Yes.
3?
The mechanical drill, it's when you don't, or excuse me, when your students don't think, when you almost give them the answer. I give you an example. You're doing first conditional, or first conditional. So first conditional, ya pusiste el vocabulario, ya pusiste la oración. Ok, vamos a hacer unas actividades para practicar. If, monito, drink too much, and then you have 2 answers. I will crash my car, or I will pass the exam. Which one is more obvious? Pues crash my car. Okay, so that's mechanical. Semi-mechanical, students start thinking to produce the correct answer. Same example. If, monito, I drink too much, and then blank. So they have to decide which one to use in their own. Okay? Critical thinking, it's when they use it for their lives and personal information. Example, Jessica, tell me your name, the name of your BBF, your best friend forever.
Hania.
Tanya?
Hania.
Say again, Amen. Say the name again.
Hania.
Tanya.
Tania.
Tanya, okay, Tanya. So Tanya.
Tania.
O Dania con D.
No, with H.
Ania.
Yeah.
Okay, Ania. Órale, chido. Dile que se pongan Lupe, una cosa de esas, ¿verdad? Como Ania. Okay, very good. So Ania. Jessica, Ania is your best friend. Tell me one hobby that she does in the weekend.
She go to play with her brother.
Okay, she plays with her brother. Okay, Jessica, now listen. If Anya plays too much with her brother, what will happen? Now, everybody else observe Jessica's face.
She will get mad.
Pause there. You see that? That face is critical thinking. She's thinking in applying the English in the real situation with her real friend.
Mhm.
Can you repeat the answer, Jessica?
Yeah, my friend will, well, it's a little time, but if she plays too much, probably they will have a fight.
Okay, yeah, exactly. A 5 in the school. See, Annie? See the difference? The first one, it's only mechanical. They just repeat. Number 2, they start thinking. Number 3, they use it in their own lives with their own information.
Yes, it's clear now. Thank you, teacher.
Very good, no problem. And always promote pair work. In my case, if it's present continuous, I will send a postcard, whatever, and then I'll have pair work talking. And then finally, the consolidation, it's an activity, a communicative activity, or in other words, it's a conversation task, okay? Game, a role play, a dialogue, an interview, debate, etc., etc., etc. Okay? All right. Now, for homework, you're going to prepare the grammar presentation using the analysis that you just did. Okay? So Annie, Perla, Perlita, and Jessica, you need to work together during this week to make the grammar presentation. Remember, no more than 25 minutes. Use a lot of visual aids, explain all the activities to follow, like if you were presenting a actual class. Igual tú, Gaby, and Kieslef, you're going to present that next week using, in this case, second conditional, no?
Teacher, we are going to say the same, or we are to plan the real class with this?
Yeah, that's my point. You need to use your analysis, second conditional, and then transform it into a grammar presentation.
Okay. Thanks.
See, Annie?
Yes, it needs to have, well, it's only 50 minutes.
Yeah, 50, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only the part of the main presentation. It's only the part where you present the grammar, not the other parts of the class. Only when you present the grammar. Okay?
Yes, it's okay. Yes.
All right, very good. Jessica, how do you feel in the class?
A little bit weird because I thought that I were prepared, but I'm not.
You do very good in English.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think so.
Oh yeah. Yes, you do very good in English. So I don't think you will have a problem with the class, but it's up to you, right? But I believe you have zero problems with English. Believe me. Think about it. So, but did you feel nervous, or were some parts that you didn't understand?
Mm-hmm. It was like it's like I thought it was like simple, and I see like all the signs behind of teaching, coaching. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, it's a new world.
Well, yeah, you will have new words, obviously. I believe you do very good in English, so you have no problems with the course. But think about it, okay?
Mm.
All right. Pretty good. Well, let's call it a day. And thank you, Annie, for staying. I know you're having some medical issues. So see you next week. Do homework, and if you have any question, let me send me a message. Okay.
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Perlita, for the payment. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Party a lot, drink a lot, everything. Not it, because you're very young too. Okay, bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.